This is Fight Fans Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's one of the biggest times of the year in Canada. Roll Up the Rim is going on right now. I'm already currently, 0 for 12. How about you?
I played this morning, actually.
Yeah?
And no dice.
No dice.
I don't know if Americans or Chinese people have that saying.
No dice? I don't know about that. Nor do I know if they have Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah.
Some parts of Rochester does. God bless them. The arena in Columbus, Ohio had a Tim Hortons, which just blew my mind when I was there. So that was great. But you know what? I'll tell you guys a secret. So I'm talking to this company called Enoholics. They make flavored coffee, and I'm a big fan of theirs. They have a pretty cool product. So as much as I love my Canadian Tim Hortons, this UK company is very cool, and they're on Kickstarter right now if you want to go check them out and help out their cause. So flavored coffee, what do you think?
I love flavored coffee.
Yeah? Like you've had flavored coffee as in like a hint of caramel or something? Hazelnut.
I don't like Irish cream.
This is fruit flavored coffee.
Oh.
It's the future, they say.
Gnarly.
Man, would you try it?
Like a strawberry flavored coffee.
Somewhere around those realms, or like a Tabasco and something like, it's unique flavors.
Tabasco?
I believe there's a couple different flavors around this, yes.
What
if there's like a peachy raspberry flavor or something?
I don't know. It's one of those things you'd probably have to try.
I believe you could actually, Kickstarter is, right? You donate some money, you help them out.
Yeah.
There's different rewards for helping out, and one of them, I believe, you could come up with your own flavor if you donate enough towards the fundraiser that they're having.
Really?
Or you could put yourself or an animal of yours on a bag of coffee. Like, there's some cool incentives. That's what they're called.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's about it. I just want to give them a little plug there since I've discovered them lately and really enjoy them. So.
Enos.
I know. I have to really look into it before I talk
Greek.
about. I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
How's your day, by the way?
Oh man, long.
Long day?
Yeah, there was like a bomb threat. I told you about that.
Yeah.
There was a bomb threat in our city.
Which sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was in the train. They had to like barricade and take precautions. Oh, it was just horrible.
I hope everything's all right.
Yeah. Supposed to go to wrestling. I was there for on the bus for like an hour, and taking the bus, being in the bus in Ottawa for an hour is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was pretty mad. I missed wrestling, and
are you mad now? Still?
Oh, no,
let it go yet?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the bomb threat is pretty. It's pretty hectic.
It's pretty intense. That's ridiculous.
So,
that's nutty.
How about you? How was your day?
My day was good. It's good. Very productive. A lot of emails. A lot of stuff going on. So
yeah,
it was nice. It was a good day. Got to hustle hard, and I don't mean hustle while having a boner. It just means hustle hard.
My day would be a lot better if I won this roll up the win to rim.
Yeah, it definitely would be. Tonight, right now, we have a huge episode coming up. We're going to have Andy Roberts, black belt from England, Roger Gracie, black belt to be specific, and we have Samir Chantre. So I'm pumped, man, for these two to be on the show. So.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Samir for the longest time on the show.
Yeah, he's a solid guy. I don't know if he is overlooked a lot, but I find he kind of is.
I think so.
It's like a personal. I think he is. I think he's bigger than people acknowledge him for.
Yeah, I think because of partnership with Kyle Terra. Kyle Terra's obviously going to get a lot more shine. But
he seems to not mind, so that's kind of cool. Like you got to kind of be like that, or else it bug the shit out of you if someone else gets a lot of credit a lot of times.
Yeah, laid back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
bro.
I like his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, man. He's solid as hell. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, a lot going on. Well, the Abu Dhabi trials just happened.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if we talked about that last time, but Darson Hemmings won a trip out to Abu Dhabi. Got that gold ticket. It was cool to see him in the gi, you know.
Who'd he beat?
He beat, oh my God, I'm drawing blanks right now. He beat a black belt from Toronto BJJ. I forget his name. And I'm really bad right now. I should know this. But anyways, the point is, he went out and put on a good performance. People haven't seen him in a gi in a while. Some other winners, of course, JT Torres won his division, which was probably the most stacked division in that whole tournament. Dan Simler, Roger Gracie black belt, been around the game a long time. He won his trip to Abu Dhabi. And,
actually, one person I was really impressed. I'm gonna what do you call it? Pay attention to this girl.
Yeah.
She beat Alison Tremblay.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. I think it was like Dominica Obliente.
Yeah, you're very close to it, yeah.
Marcelo Garcia.
Yeah.
And I was like, I watched the match and I was like, oh man. Like, I've never seen anybody do that to Alison Tremblay. And she's like, I think 17, 18.
Really? Very young to be that high level.
Yeah, she's a purple belt.
That's crazy. Speaking of that, there was Marcelo's academy, per se, hasn't been around that long, so now we're finally starting to see some of the people that might have been a white belt, blue belt when they started with him now competing in the purple area.
Yeah.
And, they're looking sharp.
Yeah.
So that just went by. Toronto Grappling also happened. I don't know the results yet, but my friend there, Ryan, he competed. You know, he said it was a good turnout, good atmosphere again.
Gemmel?
Yeah, he competed.
How'd he do?
He did fine. He did fine.
Good.
Didn't get the results he wanted, but he did fine. So he's back at the drawing board.
He's got a long road.
Long road. But supposedly the outcome, like the tournament scene, was very good. What kind of sucks sometimes, depending on what belt you are and what tournaments you're at, it used to happen to me at all the tournaments I went, like the Grapplers Quest, a lot of times the blue belts are going off at the time the black belt division is. So you can't watch as a fan.
Yeah.
It happened that the white belt, his weight class, is going off at the same time as the brown-black division. So you can't watch. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So that always is part of the shitty part about competing,
Yeah.
Sucks.
I was looking on Facebook. If you guys are listening right now and you have me on Facebook, I haven't posted anything because I've been busy.
Yeah.
But I saw this meme. You know what a meme is, right?
Well, I found out recently that's what they're called.
What'd you call them before?
Mims?
Mims.
No, I just remember the rapper.
Yeah.
This is why I'm hot.
Yeah, and I saw it was like that awkward moment when your coach is cornering you, telling you like impossible shit to do.
Yeah.
And you look over and they're coaching somebody else.
It's true though. There's been times where you hear something really vivid. And it's like, grab the left knee, and you're like, how the fuck can I do it? But yeah, you're right. That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I have to check that one out. I tried making my own.
Did you?
I made one.
What's on it?
It was a Batman was pimp slapping this guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people use that exact pic.
Robin?
Yeah, but it's like, I think it's an Asian dude dressed up like Robin. The real one says like, I can be better than Robin or something like that. Yeah. But this one I just went, ha ha ha, as if you don't know the Berimbolo. And he's like, shut up, Daniel. He's like slapping him. But I chose the Berimbolo. Let me cut you off real quick before we call in the man. But I went to a Ryan Hall seminar Sunday. Solid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went through, I think, one sequence.
It was great. He definitely...
knows his shit.
Yeah, he's very intelligent. Let's just put it that way. Like, it was good. I enjoyed what he showed. I've been trying to implement some of it already, and man, when it goes live, it's so much different. You drill and you're like, this is awesome. It's gonna work. Like,
what'd you guys do?
It was guard passing. A lot of it in gi was guard passing and controlling, and then no gi we did some 50-50 heel hook transitions and stuff like that, and that was over my head, which I liked because I want to enjoy it.
It's funny because like I've switched up a little bit, and I'm playing a lot more inverted.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I pulled off a couple submissions off of it. The triangle, so It's
inverted triangle. Sounds fun.
Well, not inverted, but inverted to regular triangle.
Yeah, I know.
And I saw that from Ryan Hall, so I was like,
yeah, it's weird. I saw that video too, and that's what made me understand it. There's no gi in like Asia or something.
No, I saw Ryan Hall doing it to a kid.
Oh, well, I think that's weird. I learned it from one of his videos too.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and you know what the time difference is out there?
In where?
In the UK.
I don't know.
It's late. Remember last time we called Ireland and it was like ridiculous.
Where is he?
He's in London, I believe.
London.
I believe it. Like I think right now it's probably like midnight.
Carry the 4. It's about 12:11 a.m.
Carry the 4.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh man. Hello? Oh, sorry, folks. I thought he was actually on.
London. I want to go to London.
The UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. Hello?
Hello?
Andy, welcome to BJJ Addict Radio. We're live.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. How's your day today?
Long. Yeah, it's past midnight now, so I've been staying up waiting for you guys.
Oh, wow. Well, much appreciated. Really, really nice of you to stay up and speak to us about some BJJ.
No worries.
So, just so you know, we have two hosts here, me and Jer, just so you're not confused.
What's going on?
Hi there.
All right, so we were actually just wondering how long ago you got into this and where you first started and how was the scene in the UK when you took up BJJ?
I first started, my first experience of BJJ was right after the UFC in '93. We got, I was only 13 years old. I got our friend's mom to get the video out of the video store. We managed to watch it, and at the time I was doing traditional jiu-jitsu, so we thought it was all the same. 13 years old, you didn't know much different. I continued training that, and then about '98, I attended a seminar with Roger Gracie over in the UK, and from there I discovered that was actually what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was. And at that time in the UK, there wasn't really much around, so I continued doing seminars as and when people came over. And then in 2000, I took a trip out and did 10 days intensive in Torrance in California, and that's when I really started properly.
And how much of a culture shock was it going out to Cali from the UK?
It was different. I booked a hotel sort of as close to the Torrance Academy as I could. First thing I did was walk to the academy, and the first thing everyone said to me was like, "Man, you walked?" I was like, I used to walking everywhere in the UK, and I was walking to the academy, but spending 5 hours every day on the mats was a big shock to me to start with.
How different was the way of training once you hit Torrance compared to what you might have thought was the proper way of training? Was there a big difference?
Because I'd only been training sort of the Japanese style traditional jiu-jitsu, which was mainly stand-up self-defense, it was different to obviously because 90% of the time was spent on the ground, but I seemed to adapt to it quite well. It felt right to me, so it was just natural, more natural than what I've been doing before because of the pressure test, and you got to see whether everything actually worked or not. So it felt right, and that kind of made my decision that that's what the way I wanted to go.
You're a full-time instructor right now, right?
Yep.
Well, what were you doing before, teaching jiu-jitsu, and what were you doing for work?
Well, luckily, sort of when I discovered Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'd literally just finished school. I had decided to have a year out anyway before I went to university. I started teaching traditional jiu-jitsu for a full-time academy where I lived. Through that, I was able to train BJJ, and literally that's what I did straight from school. So I've always been teaching martial arts. I had a break because the academy I taught at kind of ripped me off in a business deal. So then I moved away to a different city. I spent 3 years on and off in different jobs, traveling up to London, training with Roger. Just opened his academy in London. 3 years or so doing that, and then I decided to open a night once a week, just so I didn't have to travel every week to Roger's. And from there, it just snowballed into sort of a full-time academy now.
How great is it to be able to learn from someone like Roger Gracie? It seems everyone knows how special he is in jiu-jitsu. Was it a great experience the first time you got to actually learn from him?
Yeah, because like when I first met him, I was traveling down from a couple of hours by train to London, and he didn't have his full-time academy there. His father, Mauricio, had a club, was staying in the UK, and I went down to train Mauricio, and then there was a 17-year-old sort of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt there who I trained with. I had no idea it was Roger at that time, and obviously I had no idea of sort of how great he'd become.
What was the longest time you've spent away from doing martial arts?
Probably I dislocated my elbow, so probably literally 8 weeks of no training, and it don't make me crazy, but like from 8 years old I started judo, then traditional jiu-jitsu, and then the BJJ. So there's never really been a break in my training apart from through injury.
How do you handle being injured? Do you still try to go back on the mats and try to deal with it as like try to roll as lightly as you can, or do you take that time to really rest up before the injury gets worse?
Do you want to tell what I really do or what I should do?
What do you do?
Yeah. When I was younger, it was fine. I was like, I'd get injured, and then 2 days later, I'd be back on the mat. When I dislocated my elbow, I had no choice. I literally couldn't move it, so I had to have sort of 8 weeks of literally just sat there teaching, talking, trying not to get on the mats. But then the worst thing, it took me about 6 months to literally be able to post on that arm, to straighten the arm. I always put my elbow on the floor. I could never put my hand on the mat because psychologically my elbow was still going to come out. But now when I get injured, I kind of just get straight back on it. I try and train around it. I try and avoid the part that's injured, but I should definitely rest more.
I think we all can't stay off the mats that long to rest it properly. I was wondering if you as a black belt still attend seminars when you can.
Definitely. It's like, if it depends on who it is, and if I think they've got something that I want to add to my game. But I'm always learning. Still now, I try and travel up to sort of the academy, Roger's Academy. It's only probably 30, 40 miles from my academy. I try and get there at least once a week to either just train in the regular group class. Sometimes Roger's there, sometimes he's not. But last week we had Braulio Estima come down, do a seminar at my school. He's a good friend as well. I'm next in April. I'm getting Hoist back down. He was my first ever instructor. He gave me my blue belt. But I'm always trying to learn. I can't. If I ever stop learning, then that will stagnate what I teach, and then I'll lose the enjoyment, and then my school will go downhill. So as long as I'm learning and enjoying it, then I know my students are.
How many BJJ schools do you think are around your area?
I've got one 4 miles away. The rest are pretty much within sort of, I'm sort of 30 miles outside of London. In London, there's loads of schools. Where I am, there's me, a Carlson Gracie school, sort of 4 miles away, and the nearest one from there, you'd have to go to the south coast, probably 50 miles away.
Wow. So do you find that it helps being outside of London?
I think so. I think it helped because obviously there's bigger and more established teams there because of when people came over to set up the clubs. That's sort of the natural place to go, to the big cities. Being outside of it helps because everyone outside London doesn't want to have to travel inside of London to train. I do it because I do it to go and train with the best, but people inside London kind of tend to stay inside. People outside don't want to travel in.
What's the best part of your job?
Seeing the benefits of jiu-jitsu. Like, I've had guys come in completely out of shape, never done any training or anything, and a few months later they're wanting to step on the mats to compete. They're in shape, and that's the best thing. And that's kind of how I run my school. I want to get jiu-jitsu for literally everyone walk of life, whether you're obese, you've never trained before, whether you want to be a world champion, whether you want to fight in the UFC. My academy is for everyone.
With that being said, and your strong ties to the traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, how much do you instruct or instill the self-defense part of BJJ?
The beginners classes always start with 1-2 moves of self-defense, because I believe everyone's got to understand that the meaning of jiu-jitsu and what it was originally designed for, and that sort of the competition side of it is a great benefit and allows you to pressure test and everything you need to know. But unless you put it into context of what it's for, it's just going to be another sport. And we've got it. Martial arts are different to sports.
That's a good point. I was also wondering about, when I first learned the X guard, I thought I knew a lot about jiu-jitsu, and then I learned this thing called the X guard, and I realized, man, I probably don't know anything. Was there anything that you remember learning that you were just totally blown away and was kind of like, I don't know that much?
The best experience I had with that, I literally just got my black belt. Mauricio came back over from Brazil, and it was the first time I'd seen him since he'd got his red and black. And I had a private lesson with him, and it was basically just on side control, just on pressure from being on top side, and he made me feel like a white belt. Everything he told me, I was just like, yeah, I should know that. I should know that. And literally, I should know that. And this is what I teach my guys. And it's like, I should know this. He just made me feel like a complete beginner. And not in a bad way, in the fact that you can't ever stop learning. And that's the beauty about jiu-jitsu. It's always evolving. It's infinite. As you say, when the X guard appears, and then last week Braulio showed me the counter to the calf slicer that Sean Roberts has been catching everyone in the Kumite with. Braulio showed me a really simple counter to that. And Braulio's seminar last week, he was just literally just working on the transition between pass and side control. So not even a pass, not even a side control, the transition between the two. And we spent 3 hours on that.
You find that's been a big trend lately? Not even positions now, but more of the micro transitions, or you could call it, or the scrambles. A lot of people have been drilling those types of things.
Yeah, I think that people are becoming more aware that it's those bits that are going to make the difference between whether you win, whether you finish that pass or not. It's like everyone knows how to do side control. Everyone knows how to pass the guard. So the fight becomes more of who's going to allow the guy to finish their guard pass, who's going to allow him to get to side control. So it's coming out. Everyone knows how to escape from mount. But if you stop the guy ever mounting you, that's even better. So that's where the fight's gone from individual moves and counters and stuff to the scrambles, to the finer details.
Nice. Have you ever felt the X choke from Roger Gracie?
Yeah, got a few times.
Is there a secret to why it's so successful? Like, it honestly seems unstoppable.
No, it's that. That's the thing. I don't believe there's any secret sort of moves in jiu-jitsu. I think certain academies and certain teams will focus on stuff, but Roger doesn't hold anything back when he teaches. He's just he practices it. He's always trying to make it better, and he makes it work. And that's why it's like I read, I think, an interview once, and another competitor was saying he didn't believe that Roger didn't have any secret moves and all this, but when you watch him train, he's literally just trying to perfect what he knows. And other guys get to black belt and they go strength and conditioning, they go get as strong as they can. Roger's still going on his technique, and he still wants to be the best he can be. But you got to feel the choke to believe it.
How important is it in your game to incorporate, flashy techniques, or are you a big believer in just efficiency?
Well, I've won a few fights by flying arm bars and stuff, but I prefer Roger style. I prefer sort of fundamental, efficient jiu-jitsu, and that's what I try to pass on. But I've got guys who try to, like Legato, try to teach me the berimbolo and stuff, and I can do it, but it just doesn't fit into my mindset. It doesn't compute with my brain when I go to fight. I just don't want to go there. I prefer Roger's style.
Nice. With that being said, did the fundamentals and basics become more important to you the higher the belt level?
I think you understand more their importance, because every move you can relate to sort of the fundamental moves. You can see why positions appear because the other guy hasn't done a pass or an escape sort of correctly. It's like when we mentioned X-Guard before, and I remember, I think Fabio Gugel was saying he showed Hickson it, and Hickson was like, oh, that's great, but how are you going to get me there? And that's the whole point. If you pass the guard correctly, then the guy's never going to be able to pull sort of these berimbolas, the X-Guards, all that sort of thing to put you in that danger. So I think that getting the fundamentals down and good solid pressure and passing, it's a slow start at the beginning. When you're a white belt, when you're a blue belt, you think, why do I keep doing this? And you're not having much success. But then when you get to brown and black belts, then the success will start coming.
Looking back through your BJJ belts or your ranks, starting from the purple, brown, and black, do you find that you're still doing the exact same moves that you've been doing at purple belt, or are you constantly trying to perfect your arsenal in your jiu-jitsu game?
My game is completely different to what it used to be. Up until purple belt, and at purple belt, I was a guard player. That's what I did, and I think mainly just because everyone I trained with was bigger than me. And then at purple, well, probably at brown belt, I made a conscious decision that I needed to be on top more. So that side of my game was lacking, and so now I'm a top player. I naturally don't go to guard, even though sort of 90% of my time training BJJ and competing, I've always wanted to do guard. I forced myself to play on top because that was lacking, and now I feel much more comfortable. I want to be on top.
Do you think having a black belt, that you should have black belt skills in everything, guard, side control, top and bottom, open guard, passing, or do you think it's okay to have, maybe a purple belt guard but be wearing a black belt? What's your take on this?
Personally, I think you need a rounded game. You're always going to be better in a certain area, an area that sort of is natural for you, but I think your game needs to be rounded, because you're gonna, in a competition side of things, you're gonna fight someone who, if you can't impose your game on them, you're gonna get smashed, and that's not what it's about. Like, the black belt should be about being a rounded fighter, not I can triangle everyone in the whole world. I can triangle them all the way up until brown belt, but then hell, suddenly I get to black belt and the guy pulls guard on me. I can't pass it. I can't do anything. What am I going to do? So you need to have that rounded game, and that's going to help you implement your favorite game anyway.
How important do you instill in your students to, when they're practice rolling, to stay aggressive rather than being playful? What's your take on that?
It kind of sorts itself out in terms of you'll get the guys who are naturally passive, playing the guard. You'll get the guys who are naturally a bit more aggressive, being on top. But it's not something how I will sort of tell someone how they should be rolling. I always try and, if the guys are going to compete, if they're going to do something, get them to be sort of proactive and try and dictate sort of the pace and where they want to be, and don't, like tonight when I was teaching, a guy had an armbar on a higher grade, and literally he didn't go for the finish just because he thought the other guy was the higher grade would be able to defend and then end up in a bad position. And I had the same conversation with Hoist when I was a blue belt, and he was rolling with me, giving me his arm, and I wasn't going for it. And it was like, you need to go when the opportunity is there. You need to go for it. You can't delay. So that's the main thing I try and instill in my students, is that when something's there, you need to go for it. Go for it 100%. But whether they're super aggressive and want to smash and pass, or whether they want to lay back, play guard, and not and wait for the opportunity, I don't really instill. It's just when it's there, they need to react and go for it.
Might need your advice. Me and Dave were about the same size. We're like 145-ish. And, when we're training, we're usually up against bigger guys that are, pretty heavy. Do you think we learn more from grappling against bigger guys, or preferably people the same weight as us?
I think you can learn a lot from fighting the bigger guys. But I also think it can give you a few bad habits, because I found if you get a really small guy on top of you with tight side control, there's no space to escape. With a bigger guy, there's a bit more space. But in terms of having to use technique over strength, then train with the bigger guys. It helps. But you've got to play smart, because you don't want to you've got to sort of change the way you play jiu-jitsu slightly, because sort of butterfly hooks and De La Riva hooks in places when a big guy's trying to smash you can sort of cause more harm than good. So train with big guys. It definitely helps. It helped my sort of guard game over the years. But be careful. You know when to tap, know when to give up. If they're crushing you, if they're going knee on the big guy, just tell them that's it. Tap. Don't let your ego take over.
Yeah, I think that's super important for everyone. That's great advice. Don't let your ego take over. It's hard though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I was wondering if you remember specifically a moment where maybe you saw a technique or someone gave you some advice and something just like went off, like a light in your head, like that's it, and it really helped improve your jiu-jitsu.
I'm trying to think. I've had a few, like literally from. I think we're kind of spoiled in the UK, even though the scene's not huge. We've got sort of great talents like Victor, Estima and Braulio Estima, Roger, Mauricio keeps coming over. There's great talent. So every one of these guys has told me something that has had an influence on my game. Hoist from the first thing about not missing that opportunity. Yeah. So when the arm's there, when the sweep's there, go for the move. Mauricio about keeping my hip pressure forward constantly, with the hips always going forward, not giving the guy underneath any space to move. Braulio with sort of, I think when he told me he hadn't won anything until he was purple belt, about just keep going on. Legato, about being sort of overcoming your challenges. He beat cancer and everything, and just being the best that you can be. and not worrying about anyone. So everyone's had the massive, like the guys I've had the privilege to train with, everyone's had a specific influence on my game, but there's not one that stands out completely, as in sort of that eureka moment telling me, oh, that's changed my game. It's kind of been a long slog, sort of like 12 years to get the black belt. I've just been plodding away going. I've never really had that eureka moment.
That's good that you mentioned the length that it's taken you 12 years. Do you think that's helped your jiu-jitsu opposed to someone who gets it in about 4 years or 3 years somehow?
I think it gives me a little bit of a deeper understanding in terms of you've just had more experience. You've been to more places than they could have been, but you got to add up sort of the amount of mat time. It's like when I first started training, we were having to bring Hoist over for seminars to teach, and then I was just getting a group of guys who we could teach sort of together and learn what Hoist had taught us, and then drill it for months until he came back, and then Mauricio was over here more often, and then Roger. So sort of my mat time in those 12 years might be equivalent to someone of 4 or 5 years time, but I think having it spread out over 12 years allows you to absorb more, allows you to sit back and think, allows you to analyze things a little bit more carefully. When I first started training at Rogers, I was on the mat sort of 5 days a week, three times a day, and it was a struggle sort of to absorb everything. And then I was doing that for months, and then I had 2 weeks off, and suddenly things started to click and improve my game. So I think having time to digest what you're learning really helps you understand positions and stuff.
Nice. All right, we'll have to let you go soon, but before we do, maybe you could tell people, how they could, find out more about you, your websites, or plug some social media, stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. The website is andyrobertsbjj.com. And it's the same. The Twitter is Andy Roberts BJJ, and Facebook Andy Roberts BJJ as well. And I just like everyone's sort of welcome. Obviously when you're competing, you've got your team you want to represent, and I'm all for that. And I think the team rivalry in jiu-jitsu is healthy to a point. But if anyone from any team wants to come and train at my academy, they're more than welcome. I was made welcome when I trained in Rio by Rico Vieira, a completely different team. So I think that's important as well, that everyone gets to train everywhere. And lastly, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Storm Kimonos. So I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for taking time out and staying up to talk to us. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Man, I always forget we get people from the UK on, and they got to stay up goddamn to midnight to talk to us.
Ireland.
If we did this at the exact same time, you wouldn't hear much because I'd be sleeping.
Yeah.
It's kind of like loud breathing. What? Yeah, I'm here. What did you say? Yeah, I heard you, man. Shut up. You get really grumpy that they ask you again.
Repeat that. That's why we get more Timmies,
Mm-hmm. So, man, let's just keep this rolling. Samir actually landed from Brazil today.
Yep, I saw the pictures on Facebook.
Like, he's rushing from the airport to get home, or wherever we're calling him, just to talk to us.
Did you see his? I feel special, actually.
Dude, I told him, hey, I'm not calling you in Brazil. Fly home, man. Fly back. Man, I want to ask him if the San Jose scene's really like this, from what we hear from Matt Darcy and Dave Camarillo, how everyone's kind of chill with each other and all cross-training.
Why not? Spread jiu-jitsu.
Why'd your voice change?
I don't know. It's a coffee, man. I'm like...
You're wired.
Work tomorrow.
You don't want him to fall in under the illustrious list of non-callers. non-answers.
I think it was only like once or twice.
Yeah. I believe the other person that did it, actually, now that I recall, we always said it was just Dave Cumberland, but what's his name?
I know there's one more.
You have reached the Sprint voice.
The brown belt from Gracie Baja.
Yeah, I don't want to say any names, but that got me.
What was his name?
AJ Egazar.
Yeah, but he was all like, I'll do it. And then I just didn't get back to him yet, so.
I was pretty mad at that.
I see that dude everywhere, though.
Oh, yeah, he's BJJ Kumite.
He's like BJJ everywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like see him on Twitter. He's like, I'm in France, I'm here. It's like, how the heck do you make it back and forth so much everywhere?
Yeah. Nah, I want to do I want to get that good just to like do seminars everywhere.
It's not about being that good. You can do seminars everywhere.
All right, I'm going to
make posters. Hire me. Just charge really inexpensive.
Yeah, just
make it worth their while. Like if I paid you $100, I'd be pissed off. I'd be like, that's the worst money I've ever spent. But if I spent $10 to see you, that'd be awesome.
Well,
I'd pay you $10
to come.
Think about it. You get 10 students at $10, bro. You just made $100.
Or like
100 doll hairs.
Exactly.
That's good money.
Or just be employed to get free vacation. Fly me there and.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'll teach just for you flying me down and give me some accommodation.
Yeah. It's true.
Like honestly, I always think about that. Not that I should, but like.
And then you could.
I can see myself becoming like well known that people want to bring you in for a seminar. Like, can you imagine reaching that point?
See, here's the plot.
That's amazing.
Here's the plot. You get like accommodation somewhere.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, I'll charge your students $5-10.
Yeah.
But you fly me there, and then you just do a bunch of seminars.
Yeah.
You do a bunch of seminars elsewhere that are just gonna be like $40-50. Huh? You get it?
No.
You know, be like, I'll do the seminar today. I just gotta go to the mall real quick. You do your seminar. An hour and a half.
Oh, that is so funny. Oh my God, you're classic. So, all right, so yeah, let's do that again, man. All right, yeah, let's do this, folks. Let's hope it's not
Andy Roberts again.
Yeah, we'll call him back. Like, yeah, we were done with you, man. Oh, that got me. You know that pause for a second? Maybe he's in the airport. Maybe he's a good reason. He's probably on the airport. He's probably in the airport so mad at himself.
You have reached the Sprint voicemail box of 714.
No.
Oh,
blah, blah, blah. You know what's crazy is sometimes I want to leave the rest of the show on their voice message system. So, did you see Facebook? Any chance the caption this picture? And this was the pic, folks. Go on BJJ Addict, / BJJ Addict TV, I believe, for our Facebook. Yeah, so go facebook.com / BJJ.addict.tv. If you just type in BJJ Addict, it will pop up, not the radio section, but please go like that also. And caption a picture that we posted up today. And let me tell you right now, I'm telling you, I had tears in my eyes.
Let's see it.
I had tears in my eyes laughing from some of the people's answers. Someone put, if you see the pic, you'll understand and read the comments, but like one of them was, you are not the father. And it just shows the guy celebrating. Like, it is probably one of the funniest things ever.
I want to caption it.
Yeah. You already did somehow. I don't know how. So,
did I?
Folks, I'm not sure about this Samir Chantre, but we'll try again in a little bit. But until then, you're going to have to listen to me and Jer
rally on about excellent stuff.
Excellent stuff. Correct. So let's just talk about some excellent stuff.
There's some good jokes.
Oh, no. We'll save the joke for our other podcast coming out called Jokes with Dave and Jer.
If any of you guys hating on the jokes, come on.
Speaking of jokes, the weather has played a fucking cruel joke on us. I woke up today, I did some errands also, and, I was wearing sneakers. It was beautiful out.
Yeah.
And I go back out, same friggin' outfit on, and my car is covered in snow, and there's snow everywhere.
Man, I go from believing in, that whole global warming to not believing in global warming. I remember as a kid in, school, they're like, oh, recycle. Throw your cans in the recycling bin because otherwise it can be like a desert.
Yeah.
You ever see those?
No, I never had that shoved down my throat.
I did.
Like that.
And I believed it.
Yeah. I still believe in recycling. So.
Yeah, so do I. Especially recycling old jokes.
Ooh. Create some awkward moment.
Yeah, we haven't had that in a while.
We try.
I think we're more organized than...
More organized, less jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I find...
Just go on. I was going to tell people who's coming up on the show.
No, let's do it.
Since we got a little time to talk here. All right, February 26th, we have a man called Marco Machado on.
Ooh.
He is a checkmate.
Checkmat,
sorry. That was a big error, but you can understand why. Checkmate. Representative. Very strong grappler. He used to represent Drysdale a lot, I'm pretty sure. I remember seeing him win a lot of tournaments. He was also confirmed for the World Submissions Only, the Eddie Bravo tournament that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Got pushed back, though, but he was one of the competitors stacked. They had Bill Cooper in it, Roger Gracie. It's going to be quite the tournament. And we might have another guest, but I won't announce it right now until it's totally confirmed.
Who?
So, I can't
whisper. Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So, coming up, we got some crazy people. March 5th, we got a nice double episode again. We got Shane Rice, Hickson Gracie, man. He's a Canadian, but so I'm pumped, man. We got to find out how the heck he got hooked up with Hickson and his story. And then a man by the name of Dion Watts, John Jock Machado black belt. He's been in the game for a long time. He actually had this thing called the Watts choke.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a baseball choke, but he made it famous. And lately, this guy came out of nowhere and just nailed it and put Clark Gracie to sleep. So,
wow. Yeah, I saw that.
Holy shit, it was awesome. So, it's cool that he knows it's his move that he showed people. So it'll be cool to find out about that. And so we got some big things coming up.
Yes.
You won?
Yeah.
Why else did you yell so loud?
I won a free coffee.
That was ridiculously loud, though.
It would have been sick if I won a car.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man.
Let's get back to some jiu-jitsu real quick. Roll up the jiu-jitsu move to win. Give me a moment right now.
Yeah. A
breakthrough moment, that just changed your whole game.
That changed my whole game?
Well, change something like that click, like something you heard a million times maybe. Sometimes things I have breakthrough moments. Yes!
Did you
I want a donut. This was amazing.
I told you, this show, anything that happens on the show, just, it's lucky.
Yeah.
It's a lucky show.
Go on. You guys don't know how much of a joy it is to win, because, I lost one year 110 straight times. All right, go on.
Oh, man, I don't know. It just, when someone said stay aggressive,
That's weird, because I had the same moment when someone told me keep it playful.
Yeah, but I still like to keep it playful.
I think those are two conflicting ideologies.
Or, stay, really tight, But
keep it loose?
Yeah. Yeah. Just be, controlled aggression, I would say.
I like that.
If you want to be, a douche and, smash, then,
Is it really douche moves, though? Smashing people, to be honest?
I think so, yeah. I mean, not douche. I mean, it's I don't know. It's just, I don't know. We've rolled before plenty of times. But, I feel like certain moves, they're douchey. Here's one. like cranks and stuff, or knee reaps, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Those are kind of douchey, or like immense shoulder pressure.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything against shoulder pressure. I'm not saying, that I don't know how to do shoulder pressure. But yeah.
Man, you know what? Really, the whole game's created. You're supposed to have immense pressure. You're supposed to do shoulder pressure. You're supposed to do head control. I mean, if you're not out there ripping someone's knee off or injuring them, you should practice jiu-jitsu that way, I think.
Yeah.
Staying tight. I don't think it's douchey. If someone puts some shoulder pressure on me, like, if you don't put shoulder pressure on me, I might wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that?
You say whatever we want. But no, I think shoulder pressure is a stupid example because it's not a it's a technique.
Yeah.
But like I'd say like different kinds of submissions and like Kimura. I'm not a fan of the Kimura. Neither is my main man Marcelo Garcia. But
how are you not a fan of Kimura?
I don't know. Like I'll do it, but
I can argue all day about that.
Arm bars are also douchey.
Hey, grappling is douchey.
Rear naked chokes. No, I'm just kidding.
Hello?
What's the least favorite submission?
I'll tell you in 1 second. I believe we're going to hit that voicemail now.
The Sprint voicemail box.
God damn it. That's all right. My least favorite submission. Next time, I just thought of this, and I think I said it before, but like if the person doesn't pick up, we should totally just talk. Like you change your voice, and I just ask you questions. Like, hey, Samir, how you been?
I'm good. How are you?
See, like something along those lines. If people don't know who the person is, like we can have any voice.
You'd be like, did you end up listening to the guy on YouTube, Pre-Beck?
What was that?
Remember, he like impersonates like Steven Seagal and.
Oh yeah, it's so funny, man.
Yeah,
he does a great job.
You guys, if you're listening right now, check him out. He's so funny. If you haven't already.
And if someone knows him, hit him up so he could maybe do one for us.
Yeah.
Just pro bono, because we are broke. We could redo the show, Two Broke Girls.
Two Broke Girls?
I don't know. But my least favorite submission, there are none. The heel hook. The heel hook, because, I don't know enough about it to properly not get there. The foot game I'm not the biggest fan of, but I don't hate them, actually. I'm just scared of it.
Yeah.
I don't hate any sub. Like, I don't know how you could hate the Kimura.
No, like being done on you.
It doesn't matter. Any sub is pretty fucking gnarly. Like,
yeah.
An armbar. No one cares about being armbarred, yet you can pop your whole elbow out.
I do. I hate being armbarred. Especially triangle armbar. Like, yeah. That's my least favorite. I haven't been in many, but then again, I haven't been to many bars either, so.
Bad joke. I hope that people hate on you for that one.
Whatever.
Hate away. No. But, I really am starting to see things differently. I'm enjoying jiu-jitsu more than I have than ever.
Yeah, I'm feeling like a little bit of lag. I don't know. It's like maybe my mind isn't like I'm not moving the same as I was like a month ago.
Yeah.
I think my diet, I haven't like really dieted. Like today I had KFC.
Again, that's like a classic Tuesday meal for you.
I had KFC and
why do you have it on Tuesdays?
Because it's so cheap.
What's the price?
Toonie Tuesdays, which is ridiculous because it's not even a toonie. It's like $3.19.
Oh, that's funny. I was actually wondering if there's still Toonie Tuesdays anywhere else anymore. Because like back in the day, you get anything for $2 on a Tuesday.
Yeah, you know what?
Like at more than one place.
You know the thing about dieting is food.
Mm-hmm.
Like man, like you really gotta like, man, you gotta be so like, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Responsible, not strict.
Strict with your diet, man.
Yeah, you gotta be definitely. It all falls under like organizational too. Like being organized, you can't do it if all of that doesn't line up together.
Yeah, especially like when you're out. Like I think that's as an athlete that
you have to have like self-restraint and all that. You have to be very disciplined. Yeah.
On top of that, like, yeah, discipline was the word.
Yeah. You gotta have people around you though help you.
Yeah.
You can't have someone who's good to go out and be like, stop at McDonald's all the time and be like, you always hang out with that person. They always eat burgers and be like, yo, don't have some, you pussy. Like, those people, like, really get on my nerves. Like, people that just quit smoking and they're, like, trying to shove cigarettes in their face. What kind of friend are you?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
You got to surround yourself with some people that when you break and you say, you know what, I'm going to go grab some McDonald's. You say, no, you're not. I'll make you a salad.
Exactly.
You know, that's real. That's where you win those little battles, you know? That's the important part.
Yeah, on top of that, like...
portion control is super important.
Yeah. On top of that, like, as a, athlete, you go to the dojo or the academy, 3 or 4 times, depending on who you are.
Yeah.
And, you always got to cook. Cooking takes, like, forever.
Yeah.
I hate the fact, like, the ratio between cooking and eating is so much different. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's like a 7-to-1 ratio. 7 hours cooking time and 1 minute of eating.
I don't know the ratios much, but I don't even know if that's a 7-to-1. But yeah, that's so funny though.
But yeah, like, especially I don't like cooking as soon as I get home.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that stuff. But that's why shakes are handy, and taking say a Sunday night for an example or afternoon, getting all your groceries then, and preparing all your food for the week. Tupperware is pretty amazing. If you pre-portion everything in Tupperware, keep it fresh. Yeah. Man, there's your whole week. You got to take out like a chunk on one day and then just do it all for the week. And I find Sundays are great.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, though. Like, as soon as I started eating... I
hope you don't lie.
Because, I just moved out. I moved into the house. And, I think that was like 2-3 weeks ago. And I find that's where my jiu-jitsu started, like, going a little down. Yeah. So there's like this bomb, like, Chinese food. Yeah. Like right in front of my street. And I always go. I think I spent like $70 on Chinese takeout.
Really?
Yeah, my roommates.
Well, give them a shout out. What's this Chinese place called?
It's called Wing Hing Chinese food.
Dude, I think I learned a move called Wing Hing once. That's crazy.
That's what I do to girls. I do the Wing Hing.
Yeah. Would you ever take a date to go on Chinese food? Is that like a first date type of place?
I don't know. I mean, girls would be like, "Oh, this is too romantic for me." Like if you go to like a restaurant, like,
oh yeah, it's too much.
You're like, dude, what are you trying to do, man?
Yeah, like I'm not sleeping with you. Why are you spending so much on dinner?
I don't know. I love you.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever dropped the L word prematurely?
No, I don't think so.
Never?
No.
Have you even told someone that? Because you seem like a person incapable of love.
Yeah, I have actually.
I'm analyzing you and just airing you out.
She broke my heart.
Yeah, I heard that country song.
No, I'm just kidding. I've dropped the...
Have you dropped it prematurely? Because it's awkward, man.
Yeah,
if they don't say back, it is one of the worst feelings.
Then again, like...
It's horrible.
You're like 17, 18, you don't really know what love is, so you're like, I love you, baby. And you're like, oh, man, I love you.
Yeah, but they said it back still, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the guy should never say I love you first. I think it's just...
Wow. Wow. I wish we had a bunch of people of all ages and genders. Like, I think we're predominantly male listeners in a young age. Yeah. But, like, I think a lot of women would lose it hearing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Like,
I think your relationship is in good hands when the girl's like, "Oh, baby."
Yeah, but I think it puts a big set of balls on a guy. Like, show him, like, listen, I'm fucking gonna tell you what's up.
You just got to show them that you love them. Yeah, I'm not talking like a month or...
You're right. Extreme did have this song back in the day. When it came out, it was huge. You were probably not even born. The song's called More Than Words. And basically, that's what you said. You just got to show them.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, just saying the words. I mean, they're just words.
Yeah, exactly.
You say whatever. You got to follow through on that.
We're a jiu-jitsu show, okay, guys?
Yeah, I know.
We're talking about love.
Talking about love. It's because Valentine's Day just happened.
Yeah.
Can I tell you real quick what I did on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
I did something very authentic, and everyone did. I went and ate some sushi, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
No, on Valentine's Day?
Dude, sushi on any day is good. I'll eat sushi on Easter.
Let me tell you right now, the restaurant was
jam-packed.
It was unreal. Like, I thought it was going to be dead. That's why I went to sushi.
Yeah, I think it was a horrible idea.
Yeah, it was.
Not a horrible idea.
It was unreal.
Like, horrible timing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Some of you guys probably have me on Facebook. If not, add me. Yeah, I posted something on Facebook, and I kind of laughed a little.
You laughed at your own shit?
Yeah, sometimes
Okay, what
I
did it
do.
say?
I was like, I was really stoked for my Valentine's date tonight.
Yeah.
But Mom decided to go with Dad instead.
I actually read that. I did. I actually laughed hard.
Yeah.
That was actually good because there's probably a lot of dudes out there that actually like we're gonna hang out with their moms and they're like, "What are you talking about?" That's awesome. Let's end it on that note. Tune in next week. I guarantee both guests will be on. I mean, it's Samir Chantre. He's bigger than the BJJ Addict Radio, so we expect him to pull out. No. We'll find out what's up, and most likely we'll rebook him, so it'll be all good, folks. Thanks for listening to us rant. Tune in next week, as always, Tuesday live, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Fight Fans Radio. Erica, thank you. And that's it, man. Hang tight, dudes.
Hang tight.